Hello, bonjour, savant. How are we tonight? It is Saturday, August the 22nd, 2026, here in downtown Sarnia, overlooking the St. Clair River and Port Huron, Michigan there. Have the window open just a tad. It's cool air now coming in. Went through several series of big storms and I got caught in one of them on my walk. I only needed another 5 minutes, but anyway, so my moccasins are, sitting there drying out. They were full of puddles of water by the time I got in. That Weather Network channel isn't always correct. Just saying. Anyway, I just finished downloading and channeling the class for tomorrow, as I'm showing you there. I don't normally do that anymore. It's usually just, like how we're doing it here. Just tune in, get information, blah, say it comes out, and that's the end of that. But I had a feeling that there was going to be more to it. So that's what I just finished doing. And okay, so there is a topic that I knew we would be discussing, but then they threw in some other stuff that I was not expecting. So perhaps that's why I was advised I had the feeling I should sit down and write this one out. Yeah. So tomorrow's the class, 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, audio, video. I guess we'll see what happens, but this is about our multidimensionality, our spectrum of light, the information that they were throwing at me to download that I kept hearing. I did a whole page on our Stargate system of light. Yeah, that was the unexpected part. I mean, I hear about that personally all the time, but not to actually have in a class. Like, that's different. And this is just like a thumbnail sketch about what I get. Like, when I actually get into doing the teaching, there's a lot more stuff that's triggered and a lot more detail is given. And of course, when anybody asks a question, which we do have a question and answer period at the end, then more information gets stimulated. You ask a question, you get an answer, and then more information comes out. And I really like that. I like the question and answer period, because we all think of different things, right? Our minds work in different ways. And something that I may not think about, somebody else will, and vice versa. So this is why working in a group is always good. There's more energy, first of all, and then there's more information that comes through, different aspects of self, right, that come through that maybe we're not used to or accustomed to. So they want you to know. So just for our message for tonight, I just thought I'd come on here and talk about this a little bit for whatever reason, I don't know, but it's kind of the way it goes. They want us all to know that we're doing really good. Great job here. We're doing a little pat on the back. We've been in resistance to our lower light for some time now. We've been climbing our climb up higher frequency zones, higher templates of time. We've been resisting a lot of the old nonsense that's been going on here for such a long time, right? And we're being encoded in a new line of time. I know a lot of the information coming out and through media, whatever way, YouTube, whatever, however it gets out now, gets out in all sorts of interesting ways. This information, it's just coming out, bang, one right after the other. all of a sudden I'm seeing all this stuff about um, Epstein and what that has triggered, and the celebrities, and how people are actually looking into, how did they stay looking young for so long and all of a sudden look like a walking skeleton? Like, hmm, what's that all about? So that's being exposed. All the adrenaline stuff, the elixir, I think they're calling it, made from adrenaline, fear molecules, shall we say, of the youngest of us. It's so sickening, isn't it? The cannibalism going on. Oh my gosh. It's just like, this is hard to take, isn't it? I mean, we knew about this. It's not like we didn't know. But when we actually see it, it's always worse, isn't it? It seems worse. It comes out in public and you see the videos and you see it, and then you hear some of them admitting it. It's just, oh my goodness. So it's a lot. And we were warned about this. We were warned about the exposés coming out. We were warned how difficult it was going to be to hear all this stuff and to know all this stuff, and the stuff that we just, don't tell me, I don't want to know. Right? That's just like, that's just way too much. Way too much. Can't deal with that. Well, there's going to be more, is what I'm hearing to say to us. There's going to be more, and we're going to like it less. So we've got to focus on releasing our distress. It's not about combining it with our etherealness. It's about knowing how to alleviate distress. So that's in regards to our physicality, our 3D world, in other words, not the ethereal, higher dimensions, right? Because that doesn't go on in that capacity. So, yeah, gotta, what's the word? I'm hearing like stiffen, or is that the stiff upper lip or something Englishy, Britishy there? Like to toughen up. We're gonna have to really have thick skins to get through this one. We've got to toughen up. To hear some of the dastardly deeds that are being done, were being done. And yeah, I'm hearing what's going on. I'm not even going to tell you. It's just too gross. So we're going to have to steel ourselves. That's a nicer way of putting it, isn't it? So that we understand the grounding mechanism here that keeps us clear. So the more grounded and balanced and centered, concern for everybody's welfare that we can be, like the best that we can be in the circumstances that we will find ourselves in. That is of utmost importance now and over the next little while, or few months, is how I'm hearing it. I don't often get time frames, but when I do, I find they're pretty accurate. So we have to glide through this like Teflon, and we're going to bind our higher light to our higher might, and that means to our Christ light and angelic light. Okay, that's how we're gonna, move through this. We're gonna slide through this, and we're going to learn when there are opportune moments to bypass all of this, and we're going to have other higher moments in the higher light when we'll just plain escape it. So yeah, I'm not hearing anything else. Is there anything else to add to that? No, but we're very glad. Yeah. They're very glad that basically what I'm hearing to say is that we're doing so well considering the circumstances that we are in. I mean, this is a sad period of time here that we've got to generate new wisdom and new higher light, new thought waves that are of a higher frequency. This is not an easy thing to do. We've given ourselves quite a task. But we wouldn't have come here if we didn't think we could pull it off, that we couldn't accomplish it. And we're going to do just that. There's enough momentum behind us now with Christ light imaging frequencies of the higher light that we no longer have to feel in fear or fright. So the central nervous systems are calming down, and those who know and understand this reality now and how to kind of breeze through it without being too affected by it and still keep their central nervous systems intact, like calm, cool, reassured, because we have to be that grounding mechanism to help everybody else who's kind of losing it to keep their sanity. So, somebody's got to be, tough enough, strong enough, sharp enough, stable enough, grounded enough to hold the line while everybody else is freaking out. So we're doing a good job. Bottom line. That's from our angelic teams. Everybody's angelic teams are piping in here. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to go. Blessings. I love you always. Take care of yourselves and others. And yeah, so tomorrow, class number 2, metaphysics, multidimensionality, Stargate material. Looking forward to it. So those of you who have already RSVP'd and paid, then I'll be seeing you tomorrow. So catch you later. All right, bye for now.